Hello and welcome to today's video. We are doing a review of some new Glowwish products from Huda Beauty. I'm so excited to dive into these products. We have her new Glowwish powder as well as the new blushes. I'm going to be trying them out on the face, swatching them, and showing you all of the good stuff about it. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so Glowwish did send this over to me. They sent over just like this bag full of the new launches. So I'm so excited about this because Huda Beauty actually doesn't even have blushes in her line. So it's like a complete new formula from her, so I'm really excited to see kind of how she does blushes. And I really did enjoy the Glowwish bronzer that recently came out. I feel like those are really nice, so this is a continuation of that same line. It's supposed to be a similar formula to the bronzer, so I'm excited about that. And then they also came out with a Glowwish powder as well. So this is called their Luminous pressed powder, and it's supposed to be an extension of the Glowwish product. If you guys haven't seen that review, I did review the Glowwish foundation, skin tint, whatever that was supposed to be, and I didn't like it at all. I actually hated it. Since that review, I've tried to use it multiple ways, and I don't like the product. So I did have high hopes for the Glowwish line from Huda Beauty, but then I tried that, and then I was like, yeah, but then I tried the bronzer, and I liked that. So I'm kind of on the fence right now, so I'm curious to try out these new products and see how I'm feeling about them. So as the powder, we're going to start with that first. She actually describes it. It sounds amazing in the little thing here that they sent over with it. It says, meet the powder that gives the natural finish you've been searching for. Glowwish Luminous Pressed Powder is a tinted, multitasking pressed powder packed with pearls that instantly smooth, blur, and give you a radiant look. It's infused with antioxidants, skin-loving ingredients. This buildable formula adds undetectable veil of glowy coverage without settling into your fine lines. It's a secret to Glowwish, whether you've been keeping it simple or for a full beat. So it basically says that you can use this in a few different ways. You can use it alone as a foundation, and it also says you can use it to set your foundation as well. So you can do either thing. It does say it's good for all skin types, even dry skin. It mentions that it's really good for dry skin multiple times. So they did send over a few different shades. It did say that this is the same shade range as the Glowwish, which has me a little nervous because the shades I did try in that were really deep on me. So I'm hoping it's not the same with the powder. So the shades they sent my way was 03 Light, 02 Fair Light, and 04 Light to Medium. So I think last time I ended up using the Fair Light shade, which was the second one. So we'll probably give that one a try. So this is the shade Fair Light. It has that same packaging as the bronzer. Here is a look at that powder right there. It does retail for $33 for the powder, and all of these products will be available on Huda's website on October 5th. So they will be out soon, and then it doesn't say when they'll be in Sephora, but I'm guessing pretty soon after. And then I'm going to show you guys the blushes as well. So this is probably, like I said, the most excited I've been for a Huda product in a while. This Glowwish line is meant to be more of like a second skin. I feel like Huda is very known for her like full glam, everything like, you know, in your face, contour, highlights, just everything so bold. And I think this Glowwish line is kind of her way at doing like a more minimal look. And it does have the skincare ingredients in it as well, which is her Wishful line. So it's kind of like the two marrying into each other. And so I have high hopes for the line, and I have high hopes for these blushes. So there are 4 different shades of the blushes, and these are going to retail for $21. Again, they will be available on the 5th. These are called the Cheeky Vegan Blush Powder. It says, finally, our first ever blush is here. Cheeky Vegan Blush is the same velvety marbled formula as the Glowwish bronzer for a kiss of cheeks with a natural rosy glow that lasts all day. Blurring, easy to blend, effortless to build, buttery texture, intense pop of color. So it does sound like everything I would want in a blush. So I am, like I said, excited to try these out. I will swatch the 4 shades for you as well. So here's the component. These are a bit smaller than the powder, and the powder is actually the same size as the bronzer. So they are a little bit smaller, but it is the same compact. These look so pretty. It has like that marbled look to it. Very cute. I like that she labeled them. Also, they have like shades 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it makes it kind of easy there. So let me go ahead and show you each one of the shades. So this first one is called Healthy Peach. And I love a good peachy blush. Okay. It feels velvety. It does kind of remind me of the feeling of the bronzer. It has like more of like a bouncy look. So that one's actually pretty sheer. But there is the first shade. Again, that one is called Healthy Peach. Shade number 2 is called Caring Coral. And I'll go ahead and show you guys the look of that one. So it's a little bit more pink, and it looks a little bit deeper than the last shade. Okay, yeah, it definitely has a little bit more of a punch too. but these do seem like they are pretty sheer as well. So they're going to definitely be buildable. The bronzers, if you haven't tried those yet, those are a little bit more sheer and you can definitely build them up. They're not like unpigmented or anything like that. They're just more of like a subtle look to them, and then you can build them up if you prefer. This is the third shade here. This one is called Berry Juicy, and we'll go ahead and give that one a swatch next to the other one. So I would say that I can actually probably, I'm guessing, wear all of these. I don't know about the last shade, but for me, I was wondering on that. So this one is called Charming Cherry, and this is the very last shade in the bunch right there, if it'll focus here. There you guys go. So that one is, again, Charming Cherry. So again, there are 4 different ones. So we'll see if she comes out with more in the future. That one actually is really pretty. Look at the punch on there. So there's all 4 of the cheek colors there. That first one, like I said, is pretty sheer on me. So I'll be curious to see that one on the face, but I really like the packaging, nice and easy to open. Looks cute there. And then let's go ahead and try them out on the face now. The powders, I'm not going to swatch because I feel like it'll be hard to see the powders on my skin, so we'll just try them out on the face instead. She did also include 2 different brushes. So we have the blush brush right here. This is called the Face and Bronze Blush Brush. And then this one is the Face All Over Powder Brush. So they feel pretty soft. We're going to use these for application. So I do want to prime my face first, and I'm going to use her primer. This is called her Water Jelly. I do really like this one. It's nice and hydrating. And we're going to use this just to prime for the powder. I did go ahead and exfoliate my skin pretty good this morning so that it would be nice and like smooth for this application. I saw I was getting this notification for the package, and I was like, let me prep my skin. So I did make sure I don't have any like dry patches or anything like that. If you are curious, I do have pretty normal skin. I went through a stint. I have 2 babies, and I went through a stint where I had very oily skin after my son was born, and now it's kind of balanced itself back out. So I do have pretty typical normal, I can get oily in my T-zone, but pretty normal skin for the most part. So okay, we've got that primer on. This one is a nice and like sticky primer, so I'm hoping the powder goes on good with it. So I'm going to try the shade Fair Light first, and we'll see how that goes. How I'm thinking I'm going to do it, I'm going to do half my face with foundation and the other half just with the powder, just so we can see it on it bare skin, and then we can also see it setting the foundation as well, so we can kind of try it both ways. So I'm going to go ahead and take the powder brush, and I'm just going to go right into the powder, and hopefully this goes well. So this is, again, the shade Fair Light. So I'm just going to tap this in. So she does say that it has coverage, so we'll see about that. That shade looks like a pretty good match. I can see a little bit of yellow, but I think it'll match pretty good. I'm definitely seeing it cover. I do have some like veins and stuff that come through here, so I'm hoping it'll kind of give me a little bit of coverage. I don't need anything crazy, but I can see it actually on my face, so that's a good sign. I do have a bit of a cold, so if you were noticing my voice sounds a little bit raspy, it is a cold. So unfortunately, Rowan and I picked up a little cold, so we do have that. So I'm kind of pushing through it. We've had it for the last few days, so I'm hoping it kind of ends here soon, because it's not fun with babies that are sick for sure. So okay. All right, so it's looking pretty good actually. On my pore area, I do feel like it's kind of emphasizing them, but that's probably because it's, you know, described as a luminous powder. So I would think that it would kind of emphasize them personally. But I think on like days when you don't want to wear a ton of makeup, I actually think that looks pretty nice in the skin. If I were to just use like a blurring primer, I'd be really happy with that. It gave some coverage, but not, you know, too much. And it actually looks pretty good. And it does say that it's a long wear like powder, so if it's gonna wear really nicely. Okay, so this is here just with the powder on my face, and I do think compared to this side, it definitely did even everything out. You definitely have a radiant glow. I think that the shade, if you're similar to me, actually looks like a perfect match for me. So I'm pretty impressed so far. I feel like this looks actually really good for a powder. And I never typically do like powder foundations on their own, but this one looks pretty nice. I could see myself using this one. Okay, so let's try it out now as a setting powder. So I'm going to do this side of my face with foundation and try to set it with the powder. For foundation, I'm going to use the Pretty Natural from Essence. I really love this one. And she also sent over a sponge. I didn't know HUDA had sponges, so I am going to just use the sponge here for the other side. So I'm just going to tap this in, and then we'll use the powder to set down the foundation. This is a really nice one. If you guys haven't seen, I do have a full review on it up on my channel. If you are interested in that, I can link it for you. All right, now I'm going to go over it with my powder here and just use it to set the foundation in place. So it's definitely setting. I don't feel any tackiness anymore from the foundation, so it feels like a pretty good powder to set with. I will say it is emphasizing pores because I noticed before I had put the powder on, my pores didn't look so bad over here, and now they definitely look like they do over here. So it is luminous. So if you guys don't want to see, you know, your pores peeking through, you might want to just skip that area of the face. If you're going to use it as a setting powder, I wouldn't put it right here. If you're going to use it on its own, I honestly probably think you'd be okay just skipping this area too if you aren't wanting to emphasize those. I found that interesting that it is doing that because it does mention it's blurring and it won't emphasize pores or texture. So that is one of the claims, but I definitely think because it is luminous, it is definitely emphasizing those. And I feel like you guys should have seen that too with how these were kind of blurred with the foundation. And then once we put that on, they kind of weren't. So I did see that. All right, I am going to apply, I think, I am just going to put some concealer on just to help kind of even out my eyes really quickly. And then we will try out the blushes. I went ahead and just used the same powder to set my under eyes. So I don't know if I love it as an under eye setting powder either because I do feel like it's kind of like, I don't know, it's a little too luminous for my taste for the under eyes, but I just wanted to try it out. So let's go ahead and do the blushes now. So I want to try this one first, the first shade, the peachy one, just because this one looks so light in the swatch and I'm curious if it's as light as it looked on me. So I'm going to use her blush brush. I guess I see like a little bit of something, but I barely see it. So if you have a similar skin tone to me, I would say this is not going to show up on you. It's like pretty light, like it's real light. So, okay, let's move on to shade number 2 and see if we can just top that over top of the last shade and build it up a little bit more. Okay, yeah, I'm seeing that one. It feels velvety on the skin. It does feel similar to the bronzers. Like I mentioned, I'm going to put a little bit on my forehead here. I do like this color. This color's pretty. You can see it's giving me like a subtle something. So I definitely think this is a more buildable formula. Like she mentioned, it's kind of light. I think they're calling it like airy. So definitely one that you can build up. It feels pretty smooth and it doesn't have any like, when you actually feel it in the pan, it has like a cream type of formula, like feels like velvety almost. But when you put it on the face, like there isn't any like tackiness to it or anything like that. It's kind of just like a smooth formula. Okay, that shade is really pretty. I can see myself using that one. So now I'm going to actually go with shade number 3. I'm going to use this one on the other side. So this one again is called Berry Juice. And we'll try this one out. I don't want to go like too crazy, but we'll see. Again, pretty sheer. There you can start to see it. I went ahead and turned my light down just a smidge because I feel like it was washing me out a little bit. But there you guys can see it a little bit better. So there is those first two and then this one. Again, really pretty shade. Formula feels really smooth. And then we might as well just try the fourth one. This one is a little bit deep, so I'm going to kind of go with a light hand with this one. So just do a quick tap. I'm going to do it on this side. Yeah, that one definitely, if you have my similar skin tone, I would go a little bit light with that one because it is a little bit more pigmented. But still wearable, still pretty. Adding a little bit too much to my nose here. Go figure. And then with no product, I'm just going to take the powder brush and kind of just sweep over everything just to kind of give us a little more blend. But I think those look really pretty. I think they look nice and natural on the skin, which I think is the vibe of this collection and the Glowwish products in general. So I feel like I like both of these. Looking at my skin, like I said, the only like problem I have really is just this pore area. I feel like it looks just really enlarged. It's not a problem because I feel like a lot of people don't really mind that look, but for me personally, I just don't like emphasizing my pores. But I don't think it looks bad in my lines. So like up here, I think it looks pretty good in my forehead lines. Right here, I have pretty bad smile lines. I'm not noticing anything there. I just think it's just like the pores mostly that it's emphasizing, but the rest of my face, I think it looks really nice. Looking at my face, I honestly can't really even tell the difference too with the side that has the foundation with the side that just has the powder. Like, let me know if you guys can tell a difference, but looking at myself, like, they look pretty on track. So I would say you don't even need like a foundation with this. Like, you can use it alone on its own if you want to, because I feel like the coverage wise, like it looks pretty much the same with the foundation that I did use. So I don't know. I'm pretty impressed with this. I'm excited to see kind of what else she likes to do or what else she's going to do with this glow line. I really was not expecting to like the powder as much as I do. I think it looks really nice. So blushes for me, like I said, they're pretty. I don't know if they're going to be like a new blush formula favorite. I think that they're nice. They look nice on the cheeks, but you do have to build them up quite a bit. So if you are someone who likes a more sheer blush, that might be a pro for you. I feel like I can't take myself seriously without a lip on because my lips are looking chapped. I feel like when you're sick, your lips just like need the hydration, and I have not been giving them the hydration. This is the Pillow Balm from Too Faced, just the original one. Anyways, I think that's going to do it for this review. I will link these products down below as soon as they are available. Huda Beauty always runs a sale on her website too. I think you get like, I know people have coupon codes too, but I always see like the 10% at least, but I think there's 15% coupon codes. So if you do want to purchase it from Huda's website, you can do that. But also Sephora, I'm sure, is having this sale coming up too if it's something you want to snag. I would approve. I think they're pretty good products. I like the way my complexion turned out, and I will, of course, continue to try them out. And if anything changes, I will let you guys know. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one and you found it helpful. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video.